What winning the final 2 test matches in the series did was it challenged the mindset that Pakistan doesn't have players to replace the likes of Babar, Shaheen, and Naseem. The only way to find out was by bringing players who are in form and performing well at the domestic level, giving them opportunities, and by backing them. The win also showed the impact good quality spinners can have on the result of the game. I saw Sajid expressing in an interview that he was dropped despite doing well, and some were upset that Zainab Abbas cut him off. I have a slightly different take on it. Yes, what Sajid said was on point, but thanks to Zainab's introduction, he might not come under scrutiny like Fakhr did for his tweet. Sajid Khan's skills as a bowler and as a batter, along with his aggression, team spirit, is a welcome sight amongst, the turmoil that Pakistan cricket has been in for quite some time. Being hit on the chin by the ball, then changing his bloody shirt on the field to continue playing speaks volumes of his courage and intent. Imagine the message it sends to the opposition. Hats off to the brave heart Sajid and salute to his spirited approach. Noman Ali needs to be appreciated equally, if not more. He batted wonderfully and bowled very well in tandem. For those who deem the duo unfit to play, recheck your apparatus or rethink the entire point of having the same type of fitness tests for fast and spin bowlers. For 2 years, we saw Shaheen being part of the squad, not being able to bowl at speed expected of him, but still playing in all formats of the game. We saw Azam Khan and Ahmad Wasim selected for the T20 World Cup, all while being unfit. So there's no real clarity on how the fitness test works and its use in Pakistan. Pakistan not only won, but outright exposed the loopholes in the Bazball approach Englishmen have proudly practiced despite facing upsets against India as well on spinning tracks. In fact, one can argue Pakistan have been reinforcing the approach for England by giving them flat tracks every time they tour, just like the first test of this series. All it needed was to make pitches suitable to your strengths and skills to put pressure and crumble the opposition. At the end of the day, Test cricket is all about patience, technique, and resilience, where unnecessary aggression is not always going to work. Just look at what happened to India against New Zealand. This is why Test cricket is the ultimate test where adaptability and being technically skilled will matter. Harry Brook, who's had a great average in Pakistan, was troubled throughout the series against spinners. Oli Pope and Joe Root were also lackluster, and overall the English batting lineup couldn't adjust to the turn and variation Sajid and Noman provided. What the wins have also done is expose the utter lack of concern towards the betterment of cricket by previous selectors who have contributed to the demise of Test cricket over the past few years in this region. We have been under a dark cloud thinking Pakistan is unable to create good wickets, and here they were able to create it in grounds that are known to go for runs. Pakistan's fans have been tired of seeing one-sided test matches with a plethora of runs being scored by the opposition, like the first test in the series. With the change in pitches, the final 2 test matches proved to not only be entertaining, but also equally captivating. These test matches, the pitches, and the selection of players also highlighted the use of current resources to bring about the best for your country instead of doing mindless experimentation, stubborn selections, and consistent lack of ownership from top to bottom. Credit must be given where it's due without downplaying achievements of others, as no one at the end of the day is bigger than the game. Discussing Babar's exclusion in the commentary box is valid, but it's a bit of a double standard when, let's say, Jimmy Anderson's enforced retirement is looked upon as a progressive step by the English Cricket Board, yet dropping Babar for test matches that don't do anything for Pakistan in terms of the World Test Championship points, and the fact that he had unsuccessful run with the bat on even the flattest of tracks is being given more than required attention. I'm also genuinely concerned about this one commentator in particular, wondering if he has some underlying health issue, and the signs are being manifested via his disoriented and Tourette-like verbiage and interjections during pitchside conversations post-match. I think an evaluation with a physician is warranted here. Talking about post-match conversations, I have to say the post-match press conferences and the merit in questions asked by the journalists in Pakistan have been below par, to say the very least. To ask such mediocre, almost childish questions doesn't help anyone. Plus, most of the questions asked by these journalists are always in reference to some glory achieved decades ago. I think one of the biggest contributors to issues in Pakistan cricket is that everyone is stuck in the past. Forget forward thinking, no one is even in the present. They cannot even enjoy such a comprehensive win without delving into unnecessary comparisons of the spin duo Sajid and Noman with the likes of Abdul Qadir, Iqbal Qasim, or Saqlain Mushtaq and Mushtaq Ahmed. I saw a recent interview of Aqib Javed where he was asked, how did he manage to be part of the team with Wasim and Waqar present? And he said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, when everyone was trying to be like Wasim and Waqar and failing, I understood very early in my career that I won't be the one, who will have records under my names of hundreds of wickets or hundreds of runs, etc. So I found what was needed or missing and contributed to the team with that. So let's drop this constant comparison over one series win with the greats of the past. All it does is put pressure and unnecessary expectations, stunting growth and maturity in these players, and then they perform poorly, and then the very same journalists are then the first to criticize these players heavily. Perhaps everything good that needed to happen to Test cricket happened in the past 2 weeks, where India's position at the top of the World Test Championship has been shaken a bit. Pakistan can now see how to challenge teams visiting Pakistan by actually taking advantage of home conditions. I would love to hear what you have to say about my take on the series so far. Please let me know in the comments and I will see you in my next video. Maybe I should make a video about India versus New Zealand Test series next, where history was created. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.